You are listening to a Daydreamers podcast, and we are the Daydreamers. I am Erin.
I'm Keshana.
And a Daydreamers podcast is a reminder to do what makes you happy. And what's making this wasp happy right outside my window is the fact that it is happily, joyfully building a wasp. There's clearly a hole in my screen because he's building his wasp nest like in between my window and the screen. And I don't know if you remember, but last year's when I got stung. You remember that when I got stung by that wasp?
I do.
And my whole entire leg swole up.
Yeah, you had to go to the doctor.
It was right about this. It was in the summertime. It was right about this time last year. Anyway,
I remember that.
Yes. I never posted that video to TikTok when the doctor drained it. I'm gonna do it. It wasn't as gross, but yeah, it's like it was like it wasn't. There wasn't an infection or anything, so it's not that oozing kind. It's kind of like when you scrape your knee, that clear fluid that
it's
happens.
Just inflammation.
Yeah. It was a whole bunch of that, but it was still alive. It was so cool. Anyway,
on it.
And I was like, y'all want to see? People were coming by that were like that worked in the office and they wanted to see it. And I was like, yeah, you can come see it. Like, yeah, come get a look at this because it's weird. Yeah, but anyway, so Keshana, what have you done to make yourself happy?
What? Sleep.
Sounds good.
Rest. Sounds good. You know what? I feel like whatever you do to make yourself happy is whatever you do to make yourself happy. But like rest and stuff is required. What did I do? No, here's something that I did just to make myself happy. Okay, I'm not a candy person, right?
A candy?
Yeah, I'm not a candy person. Like I'm like a chips, random one piece of fish.
You can't really eat candy. Talking about no more. Because remember I bought you them Laffy Taffies one time. You was like, I have a retainer.
Well, look, no, I can take it out. So I bought some gummy bears. I bought some exotic fruit gummy bears. That's
you would be the one to buy some exotic fruit gummy bears. What flavor?
So good. What do they have in there? Some kind of pear, some kind of queen pineapple, some kind of something raspberry, something. There was like
a blend. Pear. You like a nice blend of things. You like it was nice. Your food, your smoothie, your drink.
It was good. It was good. Yeah. I could see that, honestly. I could see like getting like a daiquiri or something. And then like just sprinkling it for you. Or having like a nice glass of something with something bubbly. Get you something bubbly, something that involves or like a frosé. And then just sprinkling a few of those like Fuji apple ones on top of there or something. But anyway, that's what I did. Something nice and simple. Some gummy bears, and they were perfectly swishy. I like to take them and go. I don't know.
You like to squish your gummy bears before you eat them?
Like needle gummy bears. They're so cute. I don't know.
Zipporah has some earrings that look like gummy bears,
and they are so cute. So cute. What did you do?
Well, I did a couple of things. Not one, a number of things. One, I got Zipporah's hair locked.
So pretty.
I'm super happy about that. We did. Shakitra did them. Shakitra is our hairstylist that you always hear us talk about.
We miss you, man.
Yes. So, but she braided it at the root and then 2-strand twist the bottom. So we've been rocking that for some weeks now, and I just love it. I mean, there are times I miss her fro, but I mean, like I got a lot of her baby fro when she was, a baby or whatever. But
how does she like not having to get her hair detangled?
I mean, she never really had an issue with that. I always did it wet, and I always sprayed it, and I always started from the tip and went to the root. So, like, it never really was an issue as far as, like, detangling with her.
Man, I did, but we'll get into that later, yeah.
And then I got her all fixed up today because she went on a date with her daddy.
Oh, what they do?
Well, we all went to Waffle House and got breakfast this morning. Then went to the movies to go see Garfield.
Oh, okay. I
love Garfield.
Okay.
I love Garfield.
The way I had to think about what that was.
But yeah, so anyway, I put some perm rods and some flexi
Rides, flexi rides.
Yeah, flexi rods, perm rods, flexi rods, and I had some throwback foam rollers in her hair last night. So all her little ringlets are like really close to her head and stuff. And I made her a new headband to go with her new dress that she wore to the movies with her dad on their date today.
How
So,
cute.
yeah, and then like what else have I done? Okay, so for Mother's Day, I bought myself one of those mini steppers. It's in my bathroom, next to my shower. So like before I get in my shower, first thing in the morning, like I do at least 10 minutes. It's just so I can do something. The longest I've gone on it is 20 minutes, but I used to love that stair stepper machine at the gym. Not the one that's like the stairs, like you're actually walking upstairs, but the one that you just up and down stepping. Back when I was still living in Shreveport and I was at my, I'm not gonna say my sexiest, but I was feeling myself. I had lost my weight, girl. I had, I had lost my little weight that I had gained. And it's crazy because back then I was like, oh my God, I'm 180. I'm almost 200 pounds. And bitch, I'm
Girl,
like,
shut the fuck up.
that was so long ago. That was like late 20s. Because remember, I came back to Monroe in 2015 when I was 30 and I just got engaged. That's when me and you met. So, but yeah. So this is before then, and I was like, oh my God, like, I'm 180, I'm almost like 200 pounds, let me get on this, and now I'm just, the scale is way past 200 at this point, but anyway, but I was working out, I was getting muscle and everything, so I was sexy. I was a really cute, sexy chick back then, but I used to be on that machine, and so, all the time, and so, oh girl, it's some more kids across the street washing cars.
Are they in costumes again?
No, these are younger kids. These are middle schoolers. They are the dance team or something. I think I went up, but I swung over there and donated about $5-10 to them.
Oh, they still.
Girl, yeah, they had the tire armor all and everything. I was like,
oh, y'all are
they had so much change, and they drive the car off. But anyway, got the mini stepper, and I hop on that for like a minimum of 10 to 15 minutes. The longest I've gone is 20 minutes, and I really like it. And you really can get a burn on that, like. Be burning.
I was gonna ask you how you like it. Like, where do you feel it? Is like the thigh, calf,
quads, definitely your quads. You can feel it in your butt. You can also, like, if you, I don't want to say stoop like you're scrunching over, but like if you,
like bear
forward,
down.
bend forward, and just concentrate, you can really activate your glutes back then. But yeah, you can feel it. And of course, you can do different arm things and stuff like that to increase your workout and everything. So I really like it. I bought some canvases from the Dollar Tree because I'm scared to put stuff on canvas because like I just started sketching, okay, and I just feel like once I put stuff on canvas, it's permanent because like I always say, my first medium is not visual art outside of photography, outside of photojournalism. So, but that's just what I say. I'm not you or Rodriguez or Vita.
You don't have to be. You're Aaron.
I know that, but y'all are like,
you're Aaron Ashley Davenport. The fuck? What do you mean?
I know that, but I'm not y'all, and y'all are like up here to me. I'm just saying. I like we all have imposter syndrome. You got imposter syndrome on something. We all have imposter syndrome.
Shout out to Vitus because they show his easels.
I was checking that easel out too, by the way. But anyway, so I did prep them. So I do plan on putting one of the sketches I have done in my sketchbook on a canvas and then putting it up in my house. I went to VAM and It's Lit 2 weekends in a row. I went to a meetup that I've been wanting to go to these meetups with my Creative Circle. Like since we started them, I just was never able to. But like a couple weeks, like I made it to VAM and everybody was like, oh, Aaron, what you doing here? And then the next week I went to It's Lit, which is the Writers Hub meetup. And it was like, Jennifer was like, 2 weeks in a row. I said, girl, okay, I'm here. We just gonna call it as the day go on, But yeah, so I'm happy I went to them. It was good to be around my creative people again. And then also like just to help, because one of the short stories I'm writing now, I'm not stuck, but I just haven't written anything. I just haven't continued. I guess I need to live a little bit more, or maybe I need to just like, I don't know. I'm not stuck and I don't have writer's block. I'm just kind of like, I don't know, in that weird phase. Anyway, it was just good to be around other people. And I read my first read a piece from Ashley Clements. I'm sorry, not me. Ashley Clements' first short story. And I read a piece of it and they liked it. So, I mean, that was good. They wanted me to read more, but I was like, I just read enough because, it's real spicy. Ashley Clements writes real spicy stuff. You don't know because you haven't read it yet.
If you read it out loud, as he placed his
Right.
my bosom heaved.
Not even bosom. I'm straight up boob and titty. Okay.
It was like, I had my titties to the sky.
You know how you remember that Creative Combos when I was just
Devoured
like
he had never devoured before.
girl, okay. You know how I was like, I don't like erotic fiction that uses cock.
Oh, girl, come
on. What you got from Terry McMillan? What book is that? Get Into Happy? Did I just read that? I think I just read the
I didn't
book.
even know this existed. And it was already on my bookshelf because somebody
That's the sequel to Waiting to Exhale,
gave
right?
me a bunch of books. And I just looked because I was like, I was gonna buy a book, and I was like, Kishana, you got like shit on your shelf you haven't read yet, so whatever. But that was also the other thing I forgot about that. I was like, it's a part 2 to Waiting to Exhale. Am I the only person who didn't know that?
No, I knew that because I knew it was a book. So I just haven't read it. I think I started reading
I didn't know it was
and
a part 2
finished.
though. This is like they're old. They're like 50.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like,
yeah.
It's a part 2? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
But yeah, that's
so far
about it.
So interesting. Yeah.
I said I wanted to go back and actually read Waiting to Exhale because the book is always better.
Yeah, I definitely did not read Waiting to Exhale, but I saw the movie.
I sure enough saw it.
Because Black childhood and Black womanhood.
Right.
But not like I also got the soundtrack on CD. So
absolutely on repeat. Ranking up in my favorite songs.
Dope.
Amazing.
But anyway, sorry to interrupt you, but I'm proud that you went. Come on, consistency and whatnot, and get your work out there and saying things out loud and doing things.
Oh yes, and let me show you. Let me flip. You can't really see it. This is a sketch based on me and Zipporah yesterday. We went to Dairy Queen, and let me see. The one I sent you. I sent y'all this.
Yeah, that's nice.
Is it?
Yeah, and if you'd like to see it, you know what you could do? Join our Patreon, and you'll be able to see all the things that are visual and awesome.
All the visuals
that we're talking about.
If y'all like watching us instead of listening to us, then you need to join the pages.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I told Monique it's loosely based on Monique. And so I sent it to her and I told her like it's various, I won't say systems in it, like there's an eye up here, that's her husband. I wrote her nickname Momo in her hair, her oldest daughter's name, her puppy dog that passed away, and then her youngest daughter's name, and then right here I have a heart with their initials on it. But yeah, it's definitely her lips though. These are her lips. I'm pretty proud of these lips. But anyway, so that type of stuff, I'm really excited about it. And like sketching is very calming. Like I never was that person who was just over there drawing all the time because I was like, oh, I don't know how to draw. Besides like a flower, when it's just a whole bunch of circles and then a circle and then a circle and a circle around a circle.
Just do it.
But I was a kid and I was like, I don't know how to draw. So I'm not the kid over there that's always sketching. But now I'm an adult. Everywhere I go, if there's downtime, I got my sketch pad out or a piece of paper and I'm just like,
well, good.
Scribbling. Yes, it's so calming.
It is. It can be. It can
be. Girl, so what has your head in the clouds?
Unfortunately. Well, okay. So there's like this thing, but like it brought about like a larger discussion. Unfortunately, one of my ex-coworkers passed. He was unfortunately hit head on by a drunk driver, and took his life. It was nuts. I had not worked with this person for quite some time, but he was cool. You know what I mean?
Is this somebody from?
This is from a long ass time ago. Like you didn't know this person. I did not know you when I knew this person. But Well, maybe for a little bit I did, but you don't know them. But the point is that like, yeah,
Yeah.
you know, you still like, you know, it's a loss. A loss is gonna,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's definitely a loss. But it made me think of like all these people we come in contact with, like these coworkers, like we worked together for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5 years. That's a long ass time, bro.
Yeah.
That's a long time. And if you
You
think
spend more
about,
time with these people than you do your own family.
yeah, a lot of the times you do awake anyway, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
cognitive and awake. Um, it made me think about like, you know, we are these adults, we are heavy into the adult world or whatever. We have had many a job, many a career where we have been for years and years and years. And then like, you know, just thinking about all the people you come into contact with in your lifetime. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
just even the people you don't talk to anymore, you don't see anymore just because of lack of proximity and or like work. It was work. You know, he was cool, we were cool, awesome dude, funny dude. Um, you know, it's just something to think about. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
what are just the sheer amount of passing relationships that we
Mm-hmm.
have with people. Usually it's gonna be work. Or I was thinking last night about like think about all the people that we were our anytime people.
Oh yeah.
Right, right. And those people actually meant something to us, and we
Yeah.
do wish them well and things
Yeah.
like that. And you know, if we saw them, which I randomly saw some of them last year, and it was just like, yeah, you know, good times, good talk or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting, like all the people who hold these spaces,
Yeah.
or should I
And then
say, these
I
not
still
so
think about
temporary
a lot of
spaces.
people that I used to see passingly and things like that or work, especially like I make a friend everywhere I go. It's not always intentional, it just happens like that. But like I make a friend of sorts everywhere I go and like I think about them often.
Like we have these connections, whether it was somebody like we used to get off in the middle of the night, like or early morning, and like we would have to do our grocery shopping then at 5 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning, and it would always be the same stalker person in Walmart. Like, I wonder what they're doing. You know, just these places,
Mm-hmm.
these spaces that these people have, or they're these not so temporary spaces because they're not
Mm-hmm.
really, you know, like you don't really. You may not ever see them or talk to them again, possibly. You might run into them, whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
like when they like something like this happen, like, you know, like something bad happened to them or something like that. Or hell, even when good things happen, you like, yeah, shit, awesome. Because you know, when you see people on Facebook that you don't necessarily converse with or whatever, but
Yeah.
you're still happy that stuff is happening for them, like
Yeah.
in a good way. It's just an interesting thing to think about just how many, even speaking of Facebook, if we really look at our friends list, how many people that are on our friends list are actually those types of people. You know,
Right.
people we went to
Yeah.
high school with, old coworkers, things like that. We have not
Yeah.
spoken to directly in the last I'll even say 5 years. Hell, how
Mm-hmm.
many? That's like 80% of our friends list, to be real.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Like just these.
Like my one of my supervisors is actually getting ready to move. I just added her on Facebook because I'm like, she finna move. I ain't gonna see her. You know, I'm like, I'm just not gonna see her no more. So let me just add her so I can like we can stay in contact via Facebook. I don't
Yeah,
even be on Facebook like that right now. But I'm like, let me just go and add her.
it's just interesting. Like people you don't really think about until something good or bad happens. Like
Yeah.
when you see them. But anyway, that was just some kind of little existential thought process that I had when I heard about that. Very, very
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate. Super
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate. But anyway, rest in peace, Patrick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry for your loss, Kitchana. Um, so what has my head in the clouds? A couple of things. First of all, my brother. My brother's been on my mind. Um,
How is he?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him.
Similar? Same kind of?
Yep. You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
But he's been on my mind. And it's so easy to be like out of sight, out of mind.
Mhm.
And we have like a weird relationship. I don't believe we'll ever have that. Maybe when he was younger and I was younger because we're so many years apart. But like we're
How are
never gonna
y'all?
we're 8 years apart.
Oh, y'all like us.
Two only kids. I tell people, I'm like the only kid, like, cause only because my brother and I are 8 years apart. So my mom has two only children, but I mean, like, I don't think we'll ever have that like super close, like best friends with each other type deal, you know. But he's been on my mind a
You
little
miss
bit
him. You
on.
love him. You hope the
Well,
best for
yeah,
him.
yeah, I do. So second thing that's got my head in the clouds. Now I ain't really mad at it, but so I said Zipporah went on a date with her daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Great. This is the thing. He told me we were all, like, we were in the bed. I was asleep. He and Zipporah were still up, and he was saying how she was like basically asked him, can they go to the movies? Like, can me and you go to the movies? Like, Daddy and Pora. And she was pointing out, like,
Oh, you
Daddy and Pora
poor.
go to the movies. And he was like, yeah. And she was like, not Mama. Pointing me. Like, I'm pushed. She pointed behind her. I'm asleep. Not Mama. Daddy and Pora. But not Mama. And I was like, Larry told me that. And I was like, what?
The feelings.
Like, not Mama. She wants to go to the movies, but just, and it's like, and she just wants it to be them. Great. And it's not like she can't come. It's just like she just wants that. That's fine, you know? But I was just like, I'm still like, I don't really know how I feel about this. Like, I like this. And then I also am like, how you just don't want me to go? Like, how you, and it was her idea.
Girl, when he
But
do
this
that,
is
I'm gonna cry in the car. I'm gonna tell you
I'm
right now.
like, girl, she been so pumped for this date, like so
I'm
all
crying.
week for this date. Okay.
I'm crying.
But I was like, I ain't gonna be mad at that. Because you know what?
You need
I
your time.
prayed for this.
You need your time. And you should have it.
I really prayed for this that's happening. Because I bet at this point everybody know I got daddy issues. So I was like, I prayed for my husband because I always said I was gonna have kids with my husband. To it be a man that's like going to be in his child's life. They're going to know that they will not have any type of abandonment issues. They will not feel like an outcast. They will spend time with them and not just like weekend time. We hanging out on weekends. I'm just picking you up, like actually have a relationship. He's going to know, my child's going to know their dad's side of the family. They're not going to be like strangers. Like, I pray for what I have right now, literally. So for as far back as I can remember. So I was like, even though like she was all like Daddy and Pora, not Mama. Like, so to make sure he understood.
Just so you know, I don't want her to come.
Right. I was like,
More importantly, just so you know, I would like time with us just together. Just us. There we go.
not Mama.
Not so much of just
Right.
I want to
That's
spend
what it
time
was.
with you.
I was like, okay. I said, you know what? I ain't even gonna be mad at that because I prayed exactly for what's happening right now. So she can go on a little date. I don't care. Do you, boo? I was like, I'm gonna be in the house. I was
Why
like,
you got a little date?
go on over there with your little friend. I ain't anybody
You
tripping
go
off of
on
that.
your
Go
little
on over there.
date
I
or
hope you got
whatever
something
it
over
is.
there. I'll help you do your hair, whatever. Going over there with your little friend. I don't care about your little date. Okay. But yeah, she's been so pumped up about it, and I love it, of course. And of course, Mama's got to be there to document everything. So I'm taking pictures, videos of us outside of Waffle House and everything, and they had a good time. I love to see it. Love to see it. And then I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much just what's all got my head in the clouds, really.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so today we're gonna have fun today.
It's a
I'm
Kayshana
excited
show.
today. I'm excited. I just wanted to talk about like little black girlhood shit.
Ooh,
You
fun.
know,
Speaking
the
of the phone,
good,
Zipporah's hair
the
rollers.
bad, the otherwise. We can start with the hair.
Mhm.
Honestly, that might take up like the damn near the whole episode. But anyway, we'll start with that. Like, so do you call them ponytail holders, twin beads, or knockaballs?
Knockerballs.
Knuckleballs. You call them beret. Well, I say berets or bobos.
Barrettes.
See, they're berets too. So, and we say ponytail holders. I don't know. I always say ponytail holders.
if it's a ponytail holder, it's not a rubber band
You talking
and
about
it's
them
not a knocker ball.
thingies?
It's not a scrunchie, but it's a material.
A little
It's a
pony.
cloth.
The little white girls I went to school with, they just called them ponytails. Do you have a ponytail? Talking about like one of the little elastic bands that you usually keep around your wrist or whatever.
Yeah. But
So
it wasn't rubber, it was the material one. It was right.
what was wash day like for you? I mentioned like Izzy Support glad that she don't have to get her hair detangled or whatever anymore. Like, what was your experience with wash day when you was little?
Water being all over the place, me getting my hair washed in the kitchen, laying on the counter.
Yo,
Because and then like water getting everywhere because it tickled, and so I'd always be wet. And then also like I went to the beauty shop a lot. Like when I got older, me and mom was in the beauty shop every 2 weeks. So I didn't really do wash day in my house. I didn't
about when
really
you were
learn.
little, as a little girl.
Little girl, it was just
Yeah.
that's all I really remember, just getting my hair washed in the kitchen and my mom being like, "Aaron, keep your head down." Like, and it me moving and squirming and just water getting everywhere because it tickled, and but I did put Zipporah on the counter. On Saturdays for a period of time, every Saturday morning I would get her up, put her on that counter, lay her back. I'll put her changing table mat so she has something soft to lay on, and I would have her head in the sink.
Have you seen it? They got like they got like shit specifically for that now. We had to lay on that cold counter with our knees bent and get up there. And if you was lucky, your mama or your sister remembered to roll that towel up under your neck. If you were lucky, because that didn't always happen.
No, it didn't.
It did not always happen. But now they got like, you said you put a little changing mat or whatever. They got like this mat thing, and then it has like a neck cradle. And then above that, it has like this bar that's like at the top, and it holds like your phone or tablet, so they can watch shit while they getting their hair washed.
Now
And it keeps them occupied, so it makes
watching. Stay
easier.
occupied by being still on this mat.
Yeah, it keeps them occupied. It keeps them occupied, and it makes it easier for you and for them. And I was like, shout out to whoever invented that.
Okay.
Do you so my watch day, of course, I feel like we all have like universal experiences as little Black girls. I feel like laying on that counter is definitely one of them. Getting your hair washed every week or every 2 weeks or whatever. My mama was a licensed cosmetologist and
for real?
So she did our hair. I didn't start going to the beauty shop until I was like in high school, because she did our hair because she knew how to do it, and she was licensed. So
did she start your locks?
She actually didn't. I did.
Okay.
And I think so I don't know how to do hair like that, but I know how to do hair. Like, I don't need to go anywhere to get something done to my hair. And I never have needed to. If I went somewhere to go get it done, I don't, it's because I don't feel like it, or something specifically. Like, I also was never like a sew-in girl or nothing like that. So there wasn't any really thing. But like perming, all kinds of shit. Like, we did all that. She taught us how to do all that. We didn't need to go anywhere to get anything done, but whatever. But the point I'm trying to make is the universal experience of having your back all wet and your mama yelling at you because she wet because you wouldn't stop moving. Because like you said, it tickled, or it was cold and you would scrunch your little neck up.
Yeah.
And things like that. But then also the universal experience of like, man, this feels really good.
I wash Zipporah's hair in the shower because, girl, sometimes I'd be tired. And so I'd be like, come on, get in the shower with me.
I just feel like that's smart. Work smarter, not harder.
Girl. So she had dirt all in her hair. And she was just dusty. She was a whole shade of dust.
Kids be rolling around. I don't know.
Her and her friends
are tell me that they did not like literally sit down, lay down, and just roll.
You know how they bury themselves in sand? How they be covering themselves up with sand?
Yay!
Her and her little friend at daycare.
Sand.
One of her little girlfriends.
You remember they used to say, like, if you keep that sand in your hair, like Santa take your hair out? You ever heard of that?
I don't remember that.
That and like saying, they used to say that like Santa take your hair out, and also like Santa give you ringworms.
I want to say I vaguely remember the ringworms,
but not the hair thing.
I had a ringworm before. It was on my cheek.
Girl, I think we all had ringworms. Okay, so little at this point, this is not really a little black girl experience. It's just a little black kid experience. What did your mama do when you had ringworm? Like what
So
was
I was in my grandma's house. Okay.
okay, even better. What did your grandma do
I
when you
don't
had
remember,
ringworm?
but I know I told my mom and my older cousin Maya, who's been on the show that you met,
Mm-hmm.
she was like, Ashley, why you tell your mama that?
Hey
Why
Maya.
you tell your mama? And I was like, well, what am I? Because my mom was gonna be like, like what? But I can't remember what my grandma did or whatever. But I just remember them being like,
Because ringworm is like mad contagious, so like all kids are gonna get it at some point. Well, I will tell you what my mama did and what my auntie did. My whatever
okay.
mom, yeah, they did the same shit. So Lysol for the children who are probably not listening, but if you are of our age, you probably know this. Lysol also comes in a bottle, right? And I'm not talking about
Mhm.
the lemon Lysol that you get to like pour in your mop water. I'm talking about a brown bottle. There's brown bottle Lysol, and
Mhm.
this liquid inside of it is thick and kind of pink. So what you do to get rid of ringworm is you take a little Q-tip and you dip it inside the Lysol, this type of Lysol specifically, and you put it on the ringworm, and it would burn like fuck.
She
It would
probably did that.
burn. But your ringworm was gone in like 2 days.
She probably did that of
You had to put
sorts.
it on like multiple times a day, and it killed it because ringworm is just a fungus or
Mhm.
whatever. So we did not go to the doctor for ringworms and stuff like that. And also my auntie, we used to go and visit her in the country, right? So because even whether we had ringworm or not, which like we didn't just walk around just having ringworms, but just because she didn't want us to get them or anything like that. And again, she lived in the country, we was outside,
Oh yeah,
we had fun.
grandma's in the country,
She
northeast, rural Arkansas.
She used to put like just like a sploosh of bleach in our bath water every night. Sploosh, just a sploosh of bleach,
A
which actually
bleach.
is not bad. It's good. So if you have like chronic skin issues, it actually helps with like eczema and things and psoriasis and things like that. Come to find out,
Mm.
I don't think we had all the science behind stuff back then, or like our people had like the science behind the stuff, like the all the way science, but we just knew
Mhm.
it should work. And so we was just doing it. So that's
Mhm.
what they did for ringworm. Even if it was like in your, oh God bless you. You've seen little boys have ringworm in their hair.
Yes,
Yeah, and their little
because I got
scalp.
it from the barber. Because I got nasty clippers. Happened to my brother, and the
Or
man
they
was
was
like,
hitting them
I ain't
front
do that.
roll
Clean
flips
your
on the
clippers.
ground, just rolling forward.
Clean your
Just
clippers. This came from the barbershop.
that too. What because Barbicide. Shakisha will teach you. She knows. She's a professional.
Mhm.
But yeah, Shakisha also is a barber, by the way, just so y'all know. She does
Mhm.
everything,
Holler
not
at her.
just beautician.
Mama made an appointment. She getting her hair done
Come
for
on,
her
Dr.
vacation.
Mama. Let's
Okay.
go. Let's go. But yeah, I wanted to kind of talk about that. So the hair after the wash. What did y'all do after the wash? What was like your weekly thing as like a little kid?
What I remember as far as weekly, I don't remember the drying and stuff like that, but I do remember every Sunday morning, before I started going to the beauty shop, every Sunday morning in the kitchen, and my mama got that comb and she,
You got your hair pressed every week?
I want to say
She
yes. If it wasn't every week it could have been every other week, but I just remember, hi, Zipporah.
Speaking of little black girls.
Okay, here she
All
goes.
right.
And she be walking around the house like an old lady because I have her in them rollers and she have on her night dress and her house shoes and her tablet.
I know she was cute.
And she be laid back in the bed.
But we didn't get our hair pressed unless it was an occasion.
I
And
got my
it
hair.
had to be like Easter or like something was happening. Maybe it was our birthday or something like that.
My hair stayed, well, I ain't gonna say it stayed pressed. I ain't gonna say stayed pressed, but mama pressed my hair. And I remember like being in the kitchen on Sundays. So I won't go as far to say every Sunday, but we were in there on Sundays very, 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 very often. That's all I remember.
Boy, mom had the comb and then she had the Marcells.
Huh?
If you know, if you
She had the time you put on, she either had the
she had
electric one
the
or you put on the stove. I can't remember which one.
she had the Marcells. If you know, if you've ever been to beauty school, you
The
know the
curl,
difficulty of Marcells. Yeah, they're curling irons, but they're
put in
very
that little tunnel.
specific. Yeah, like you don't hold them the same.
And
You have to
you
like
do
they
this.
roll or something, and you have to click them. They're like,
Yeah, Miss
yeah,
Becky.
yeah,
Miss Becky
they're
was
right
my
there. But she put
beautician.
it on the stove because she didn't have that the oven, the little I
Miss
know what you're
Becky
talking
had
about,
that oven,
little comb
and she
oven
put
or
it in
whatever. So yeah, we was on the
and curl
stove.
your ends. I remember
Yeah.
that. I love that's a good memory right there.
And why
Smelling
they
good
only curl the ends? They would literally only curl like the literal end. That would
from the
be
ends.
yes, it would be looking like a J. That's not what I want. I would be so mad. I would be
See,
so mad.
okay,
And why is
so
my bang so tight? Like why is you didn't have to curl it like hard?
girl,
You remember when bumping got because it was the age of bumping, but they were still curling ends real
yeah,
hard.
yeah.
I wanted a smooth
I got okay. So high school.
roundness.
In high school, me and all my friends, we cut our hair into a bob, all of us, because it was four of us, and that's what we do. So it was 10th grade. It was 10th grade, and we cut our hair into a bob. And so me and my friend Brittany Coleman, we had these ridiculously big round Conair brush. It wasn't, it was the wide toothbrush.
I know what you're talking about.
It wasn't paddle, but it was round, and it was wide
Mm-hmm.
tooth, and it was just round. And we would just like, why are we brushing our hair with that?
Because you wanted it to be like, poof.
But we didn't
I don't
have to
even know
do
how to
that. It wasn't
explain
like
it.
we were drying our hair and we had to have the roller to roll. Like we
Oh,
had
you didn't use it to
perm.
dry it. It was just that was your regular brush.
That was our
Just the regular
brush.
brush.
I remember she got one and I was like, oh my God, I love that or whatever. And so I was like, give me one. And so I gave her the money for it. And so like we would have these big, ridiculous brushes and we would just whip them out and just like brush our hair with it. And then I remember having like the really big barrel curling iron. It was a Conair.
Yes.
And it was so
This
big
wide.
because
It was like this
because like
wide.
I didn't start flat ironing my hair for the bump until I got to college. But I would wrap my hair because it was still permed, and I would have my big, humongous curling iron.
I think it was like a 2 inch or 1.5.
Girl,
It got
it
to be like at least a
was
2 inch
so
or
big,
something.
and
Or
to
2.5.
curl my hair. And then we have our big, humongous brush that's really just like a comb, and we would just like
I remember the purse comb, the purse rat tail, and I don't mean like the regular black rat tail. It was like slightly thicker. It was like a thicker rat tail comb. That was back when everybody had like the little
that one
rat
is
comb
pink.
down.
It's thick. It's not that thin wire one.
Right, it's like a
I
thicker
remember
one
girls having
or the
that
orange one.
pack of combs, orange.
And you hated every comb in that pack except for that rat tail comb or the one with the little three things on the end. Other than that, everything else in
Yeah.
that pack could go to hell, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you saw somebody using anything else out that pack, it's because they lost the initial two that they really
Absolutely.
wanted.
Girl, look, I remember I came across my mom's hair crimper, and
Like the zigzag crimper.
yo, I came
Jesus.
across that. It had to be in the 9th grade. I used it because I cut my hair in the 10th grade. But I came across that crimper, and who was crimping? And my hair was shoulder length before I cut it. So, like, crimping my hair.
My sister had one and I messed with it. I was not, we're really far apart in age. I was not supposed to be handling hot tools. I
What
just don't
sister?
know. What'd you
I
say?
thought you were the older sister.
No, I'm a middle child.
Okay, so your older sister had it.
She had a crimper, but bruh, so growing up, so you and your brother are like mad far apart, and you are the oldest, and also he's a little boy, so it's different. Like I grew up with an older sister in the house, and I just wanted to do and be everything that she was.
Yeah. Yeah, I get
She
it.
had a crimper. I was like, I want my hair like that. And also because I grew up with an older sister, she did my hair a lot. Like my mama would do like the main things, like the professional things, like, the perms and things like that.
Yeah.
When I did start getting perms. But like sometimes my sister would wash my hair. And like I think I was asking you like what y'all did after you washed it. They didn't really use blow dryers in my head until after I started getting a perm. So after it got washed, my hair got put in all these little ponytails every week or every other week. It was really every
That's what
week.
did with Zipporah. That sounds like I didn't really have to just detangle her hair because I was immediately doing leave-in conditioner, then I'm parting and greasing her scalp, and I did finger parts. Just wasn't that serious to me to do a comb part. I would just section with a
Oh
finger.
no, these parts for me when I was a little girl, they were exquisite. They had to be straight, or we had
But I
to
mean,
take them down and do
she's
a
just now
clean.
3, so I wasn't.
Girl, everybody
I
different.
was that mama.
Everybody, I had that mama and this sister. They was like,
Well, I mean, like, yeah, if
it
your
got to be
mama's a
straight.
cosmetologist,
It has to be this way. It is not going to be frizzy. It is not going to be whatever. And I remember, you remember when the brat came out,
the
right?
brat,
Like, and she had them twists
yeah.
out them little ponytails. Girl, I was like, my sister, I used to beg my sister to do my hair like that. And she would take time and really do it. I can't believe she did that. I'm so grateful. Because I had a lot of hair.
You have
I'm
a lot of hair
talking
now.
Rudy Huxtable. Like, and she really sat there and did that. But yeah, that was the only way to keep my hair from being everywhere and having like a whole bunch of stuff or whatever. Is it had to be in at least a minimum of like six plus ponytails for the week.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, or it had to be twisted. We didn't, it had to be like the brats, out of little rubber bands and whatnot, which I greatly appreciated. Because I was a
Hmm.
very adventurous young child, and I used to do a lot of shit that I probably wasn't supposed to be doing. And my hair definitely showed it. So in order for them not to
You
have to do my
had
hair
so much
anyway,
fun at school. That's
yeah,
what you look like.
I had a lot of fun. Toe up. You know how
It's
they show the
important to come home
pictures,
like that,
them little before and after pictures of the babies when they come home from school? It was every day.
girl.
Hey, Shonda,
It's
what did
work
you have? Y'all had juice, didn't you? You know how I know? Look at your shirt. This. Yeah. Yeah.
every day. I'm like, Zipporah, you put your shoes on after nap time? Mm-hmm. Yep. Ask me why I asked for that. Ask me why.
Why?
Because them shoes be on the wrong feet.
Mm, yeah, you
You
did
went
that,
outside
didn't
for
you?
that? You did? Why? Because you know why? You know why? Because the shorts she has on up under her dress, whole butt is just a whole nother color. Just a whole nother color.
Just sliding in the dirt, just
It's all
sliding,
about
just scooting. I don't even know. I don't know. I had a time. I was a child. Zipporah is having a time. And
having
she,
a ball.
that's how you know she having a good time. Live your life, girl. Live your
Mm-hmm.
life because
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna be
But I
able to
did tell her if she puts if there's dirt in her hair or she lets someone put dirt in her hair because they play like that, is we're gonna have a problem. We already had a conversation about it. And so I remind her every morning, right now. So we're gonna have a problem. So if you let somebody put some dirt in your hair, or if you put dirt in somebody else's hair, we're gonna have an issue, you and I.
I remember seeing them scoop buckets of sand
Mm-hmm.
and pour it on top of people's heads.
Because
And
it's fun.
I remember, and those people did not look like me. And I remember
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Oh no, I cannot do that. You cannot do
Mm-hmm.
that to me because
Mm-hmm.
I will get in trouble."
I know the first time she came home with dirt in her hair, this is at the daycare she's at now. She was in a 2-year-old room, and so whatever they were doing, like it was some other kids playing in the dirt, and they were just throwing it up, and she was standing over there by them. Because like my thing was like, and I guess Larry was too. Our thing was just like as long as like nobody was doing it to be mean, but I think she was just over there by him. And so this time, when her teacher, the afternoon teacher, was telling me she was out there in the dirt, because I was like, what is like I visibly see little bitty
Why
rocks
she
and dirt
filthy?
in your hair, and so she was like, well, yeah, I told her it was her and so, and they were doing. My little girl name was gonna be Polly, so for the kids. So yeah, her and Polly were over there and they were in the dirt. And I was like, well, what do you mean? They were like, what were her and Polly doing? Like, what was the nature? Give me context, because
Right.
I'm trying to see, like, is this like a malicious thing or were they doing? She was like, oh no, they were doing it to each other. She was having fun. Oh, okay. Now I see. Okay. Now I know how to move.
Just dirt.
Yeah, but yeah, because I was
That was
looking
like
at
a
her
thing.
legs.
Like
I
you
was
were
like,
not
you are a
allowed, and
different.
also don't let nobody play in your hair. If you came home and like your shit was missing because your birds and shit was it's gonna be
Yeah,
missing, whatever. But they can tell if you let somebody miss like
absolutely.
your hair, like
And
they
I used to get in trouble all the time for that. All the time.
yes, letting people play in your hair. But when I was in high school, man, you found a girl in Spanish class that could braid. And that's back when we was all doing the Cassie. Like we weren't, we weren't allowed to cut your hair, but you could put them braids on the side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You let her braid your hair. You definitely let her braid your hair and was like, we got 6th period together too, so you can finish in 6th period. Like, come on. You let her braid your hair and you got her some chiwis and that was it. I'm just saying, like, that was it. Girl, they was doing all kinds of shit. Like, boys was getting lines. Like, girls was getting their eyebrows done in the bathroom with the little razors. I was like, what is happening here? But
I know I would have my girlfriend, because like she had liquid eyeliner. And so she would put her liquid eyeliner on me every day. One of my girlfriends had like this Clinique lip gloss. This was in the 11th grade. And it was kind of, and it was like a natural pinkish color, whatever. But anyway, like I used to be like, she would let me wear it every day. So eventually for my birthday, like she got me some. But yeah. And then like,
we used to do some dumb shit in high school. Like the way we used to share lip gloss and mascara.
Eyeshadow. My mom was like,
we used to share. We were not supposed to share that shit.
Let me tell you. Okay.
I'm surprised we still got faces at this point.
That wraps up another show. Thank you for listening to A Daydreamers podcast. Follow us on all the socials at Love Aaron AD, at KHD Studios, and A Daydreamers podcast. Rate us and leave us a review, but only if it's a good one. That's the only way Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other platforms know just how fabulous we are. Also, subscribe to our Patreon. Subscriptions start at $5, and the proceeds go towards keeping the podcast alive. When you subscribe, you get access to visuals and video recordings of our episodes, sneak peeks, and early access to our individual and private works. See you next time. Bye.